Hello guys, how are we doing and welcome back to the channel. Today I have a HIGHRISE control gameplay where I play fairly decently, but it's going to be a bit of a breakdown where I go through what routes I take and why I hold certain angles and just basically give you guys a little bit of an insight into what's going on in my mind so you guys can play HIGHRISE control potentially a little bit smarter, use the strats I'm using to get to iridescent this season, how I have done in previous seasons as well. I'm actually playing subscribers in this gameplay too, so shout out to HIGHRISE who said hello in the game chat. They are in a 4-stack, I am solo queuing, and we still managed to get a 3-1 dub with a fairly decent stat line, so it's worth a watch even if you're not here for the strats. It's quite an entertaining watch. For those of you who do come across me on these EU servers, the best way to get a dub against me is just to say hello in chat. For some reason, it gets in my head and I simply can't focus, and it just, I play differently, I try to impress, and it just doesn't pay off. But this one is one game where I've actually managed to get a dub against one of you guys. So yeah, if you do come across me in the game itself, just say hi because you're gonna get the dub. I also wanted to shout out Alex, who's the newest tier 1 channel member to support the channel, so I appreciate you for joining the channel. Welcome to the club. And yeah, let's get into the breakdown. So I took a little bit of an off route there to see into the left lane there, get information on a player top propane, and now my main focus here is just to try and maintain control. So what you'll see here, control is all about trying to progress up the map in stages, and the fact that I'm the furthest pushed up out of the whole of my team means I need to just try and play my life a little bit here. Now, me being alive up here essentially means that my team can almost run out of these left-hand windows and get to at least here before they have to worry about taking on a gunfight. I can pretty much cover this whole B lane. I can see, a lot of the area of the map. I'm from this position here. I've sort of got this area covered as well. I can see a player there, which you probably have noticed. But essentially, me just holding my life and playing my life and playing the progression as a main priority here means my teammates can, fairly easily run out of spawn and come to this same area without feeling a little like any sort of pressure. If I die and I end up back in spawn, it resets all of our team into this spawn area here, meaning that we've got to then fight against people who's top third, maybe on this heady here, maybe people top B propane. So it's all about holding that map progression, whether it's up here or up here on top heli. It's that real important thing we need to do when we're playing control, especially on HIGHRISE. So I'm trying to, try and hold my progression here. My teammates are, sort of stuck in spawn, and I'm just trying to really play my life. As long as I'm here, the teammates, the enemies are distracted. My teammates can hopefully find a gap in their defense. Yeah, great shots out, so the accuracy there. So it's a little bit of a slow start, but when you go 3 down, you really need to slow it down a little bit, try and reevaluate what you need to prioritize. So I get him a little bit weak there, reach out for the cover. Unfortunately do get traded, but that's the wonder of playing a 4-man. Chances are you are going to get traded fairly considerably. Now what you'll notice there is when I spawn back in, obviously the kill cam roll, when I spawn back in, I'm instantly pulling up the tac map just to get information. Now because I'm solo queuing, this is the best information I can have as I'm spawning in, whilst I've got a little bit of time, because realistically I'm not going to get spawn killed, not on this map anyway. I can see from this point, okay, we have absolutely 0 map progression. I've got a player who's pushed out of green, meaning that they might not have as much control of this area as they possibly want. And I can guarantee there's a player back here because that's where I've seen the red dot. So I've got that information to use just by using the tap map. So it's really interesting and something you guys could hopefully implement into your gameplay to make yourself a little bit better. So my teammates just ran pretty much from green to middle fairly freely. And I've just noticed another one following them up. My teammates doing enough to distract them at B, so shout out to them. Managed to get a few kills and get out of spawn. Now there's 2 of us out of spawn, there's a couple of them dead, so I'm just sort of always conscious of where they are in relation to where we are. Teammates are getting absolute huge kills here, and now it's my job to just try and maintain this progression, as I say. So I've somehow found myself on this horrible stair glitch, and I didn't realize it was a stair glitch at the time. I just found myself on a nice heady, and you thought, you know what, let's stay here. So slap on the wrist of me, and I do get a couple kills there. But just to show you where I'm watching, so we've got a teammate sort of top propane who can watch, the push. If a teammate or if an enemy decides to, go top heli and the attack from there, this teammate here can hopefully kill them. I'm watching front, which means the enemy can't really push front ways, obviously, and then the team on the hill is just trying to get on the hill. So I'm trying to play for these kills, just to try and deter the enemy somewhat. So yeah, super credit of me. I shouldn't really be doing this, but it is what it is. Really lucky hit fire there. So what you'll see happen there is I've instantly understood that. So I get these first 2 kills. Oh, it's cruddy. Even watching it back, it's cruddy. So I do apologize, but it wasn't completely intentional. So I get the 2 kills. I'm instantly noticing that the teammate has this hill contested. So I go to help immediately. At most, it's going to be a 2 versus 3 on site or 2 versus 4 on site. Sorry, this is a little bit blurry. But in any case, we managed to get the kills. There's 4 of us down. That's now 4 down, and we can really hold the map control. So I'm weak. I need to reload. I'm sort of staying down. I don't want to over push. And now it's all about just trying to stay alive and get them 4 down again, enabling us to get to A. So I'm sort of not moving too much here. I'm trying to maintain, as I say, this area of the map. Whilst I'm alive here, there's many headies I can get to. Now, there's a reason I'm staying in this B zone rather than going to A. And the reason is these little generators. Now, from these generators, as you guys can probably understand, you can see, as soon as you hop onto them, you can see every single window for them to get out of spawn. So I'm not too concerned about getting over to A. My main focus right now is to try and maintain map control by getting the kill. So my teammates are nowhere near. If I hop on A straight away by myself, I'm probably going to die, and it's a reset back for me and a reset back for the team with me not holding that progression. So I'm deciding to play my life a little bit, let the enemy try and push up. Let's lay off a little bit of pressure. The enemy's then going to make a mistake. They're going to overstep. And so, yeah, that's what's sort of going through my mind currently. I'm trying to allow them to push up a little bit, pick them off and get some kills, and then we can hop onto A. So I've noticed red dots on the minimap, managed to trade my teammate out, and I guarantee the cruise, which could be potentially massive.
One-shot barrel, nice.
My teammates are getting nice trades here. A very common spawn for the enemy team to spawn is back here, and a common route they like to take is out of these windows, which is why you'll see I'm pre-em in this area here. So if they do spawn there, I've got a really nice line of sight into the spawn, easily killable. Now, if they don't spawn there, typically what happens if they either have spawned this side of the map, meaning that then, okay, if I'm not seeing anyone coming this way, I then really have to shift my focus to the middle windows and, you know, maybe hop up on one of the generators and look this side. So, but it's checking to make sure that they're not coming through this left window first and then hopping up and doing that, because otherwise you can find yourself getting caught off guard. So again, just trying to finesse myself, trying to play my life a little bit here. And I see an opportunity open up. My teammates are getting a little bit stuck. There's a little bit of a stalemate, so I'm deciding, you know what, there's a free entrance into their base. Let's see what I can do from here. Now, I'm hoping, and in an ideal situation, my teammates need to be winning these gunfights, because I've left a little bit of map control there in order to get, you know, some kills in behind and then trap them in their spawn. But in order to trap them in their spawn, they need to be dying. So unfortunately, my teammates aren't doing too much on that side. So a little bit of trigger discipline there. And I'm just waiting for my teammates to try and get a kill. I'm trying to provide the information I need. But as soon as that kill's come in, which I can see using this kill feed here, I know the enemy team are going to be pretty much spawning in the back now. So as I say, because I'm over here, it opens up the back spawn. So they're either going to spawn back here or back here, meaning that the routes they're going to take to get out are going to be in front of me either way. So I'm sat here hoping that they're either going to out in front of me through this doorway or here. So it's a real nice way you can spawn trap them. And that's what you're going to see me do on this offense just here. So I get that kill. And now I'm trying to alleviate pressure from the team. I'm aware that they're going to be looking for me because I've just killed someone in their spawn and they're going to be screaming they're in a 4-man. So I try and play for a little bit of a free kill, spot a player, but unfortunately do get traded. Now, in hindsight, what I probably should have done there is play a little bit more passively, try and angle myself differently so that I wasn't open to everybody. But what you'll see I've done there is I've brought enemies back. Because I've just got a kill in our spawn, I've then made the enemy think, shit, Harrz is behind me. I need to turn around and alleviate the pressure, allow my team to exit their spawn. So me dying isn't a bad thing, because what's happened is a player from A has come back. Oh, sugar, don't know what's going on here. User error. A player from A has come back, a player from B who's top down to come back. So it means that my teammates can then push up the map a little bit more freely, just because I've been a little bit of a distraction in their spawn. So yeah, good kill from them. Got the dub there. As far as the kill did for them, so it is what it is. But we're still not getting the kills. So I'm trying to play a little bit aggressive, a little bit passive here. We have absolutely zero map control, so I'm not simply sprinting it down. What I'm trying to do is try and allow them to overstep. But I'm also very conscious there's 20 seconds left of the time. Try and chow, unfortunately fail. I thought they'd be running it down a little bit, but yeah, good play out of accuracy there. And leaves it in a 3 versus 8 with 10 seconds left. it's not looking good. But to be honest, round 1 offense on HIGHRISE is going to be tricky. 3 ticks is pretty good, so I'm pretty happy with that finish. So yeah, this is me just getting flamed for stair glitching, so I just apologize. And I think I put my B or something. Yeah, a little bit of an apology. It was 2 kills stair glitching. My bad, I hold my hands up. Now, because I've been texting, which obviously isn't the best thing to do, I've, delayed myself a little bit, but I think that actually worked in my favor because they got bad timing towards B Street. So I'm just waiting for this player to overextend, because the reason I did that is because, and I'll show you here, you can see that I've just killed a player. So imagine you're up there, right? And someone on the enemy team has just shot this street and you can't hear them, you're not seeing, you're going to check it, aren't you? So that's what I was sort of playing for. As soon as I saw that red dot, I thought, you know what? I'm covered from everywhere else on the map. I can't be killed from anywhere. I may as well just play for this kill. If he peeks, great, I get the freebie. If they don't peek, I can then jump up onto the scaffold and shoot him in the back. So yeah, I was playing for a little bit of time there. If they'd have waited a few seconds, I probably would have been caught off guard. Yeah, nice trade from their teammate. Again, in a 4-man, you're going to be expected to be traded fairly frequently. But I'm getting good comms from my teammates. Although I'm solo queuing, I'm quite fortunate that this team here, at least this trio, I think there was a trio, are communicating. So awful shots from me there. But you'll see I'm not really focusing that player too much because I'm looking at the minimap here. I'm thinking, right, I've got one player back in spawn who's sort of maybe here. Make that a proper X. Who's sort of here. I've then got 2 players on B side. So, and their main focus, they're all looking forwards. They've probably got this side covered. And as a result, absolutely 0 people have got this area covered. So as a result, I've read the map and I think, you know what, I need to push up this left side, which is why I've decided to go to the heli. So it's all about reading that map and finding the gaps you need to fill when you're solo queuing. Now, unfortunately, my teammates did lose their gunfights here, but again, I'm in a real strong position and to try and make sure I, keep this map progression up. But then I also feel like it's my job to help the hill. Now, because I haven't been traded, it's 1 down and 1 down, and the amount of pressure they had on towards B, my teammates have all died. I'm going to assume that 3 of their team are now on B. So I'm playing it a little bit. I could have simply, slid into the main B here, but I'm playing a little bit of an off angle. I'm convinced that every single one of their team, other than the person I've just killed, is on this site. So I'm playing a little bit aggressively here, and I think you will appreciate what happens next. See, I hop up, I've got instant info on where 2 players are, get that kill, trade out, get the next kill, and now we're looking in spawn. Okay, that's the main focus now. But because I took that route to get to the top of the generators and then look down on them, they were clueless. There's only so many ways they can watch as a 3-man on the hill, so it worked out really, quite beneficial, to be fair. I wouldn't have done that if I hadn't just got a kill and could, sense there was 3 on the hill. It's not a route I would recommend taking every single time because you are very open to the enemy side. But in that circumstance, in that situation, it worked fairly well. So again, you'll notice I'm using the height almost immediately. What would be very easy for me to do is just to run through blue and pre-aim their spawn. But doing that leaves me open to so many variables I can't control. If there's someone in bottom blue that I'm not aware of, I'm probably dead. If there's someone pre-aiming this, I'm probably dead. And we have no one top heli. So I'm trying to conquer the height because it's so advantageous to hold that area first. And then I can progress down. And, worst case scenario, they run through blue and hop on A. I can just turn around and shoot them at the end of the day. Just like that. And then from heli as well, you can sort of see onto B. So I managed to pick a relatively easy 2-piece. And because I've been top heli for a while, I've got 2 kills here. I'm sort of moving myself out of the situation. So I'm holding myself to a nice little off angle here where you can see I've got this 1-lane court. I'm looking at the minimap. I can assess that my teammates are watching the other side, so I don't really need to be too concerned about the right-hand side and what's happening over there. I'm just trusting my teammates to do the work at that side of the map. I've also heard there's 2B lanes, so again, I'm not too concerned about this. And the fact I'm so far left, I believe I'm probably blocking that spawn, which means that the enemies are just flooding right. So I've decided to help my teammates out a little bit here. Teammates are going huge. That's 2 down. Unfortunately, I did shot. But again, I'm just checking, making sure I'm not getting killed from behind, putting my faith in my team. Again, I'm still seeing teammates putting pressure towards me here, so I just don't want to alleviate the pressure this side of the map. And yeah, my teammates go absolutely huge that round, allowing me just to try and work my area here. So it is, half of it is trusting your teammates to get the kills. I could have completely, in hindsight, because nobody pushed this area where I am, nobody pushed here really, I could have just committed myself to B and helped the team out. But what I didn't want to happen, because I could have committed myself, but I had so many teammates there, doing their work and performing fairly well. I don't feel like I needed to do that. And what could have happened is, you know, my teammates get the kills here, then they spawn back here and they get a free route to A. So me being in this general area meant that they didn't have an easy route to A in the worst case possible. And I mean, worst case possible, my teammates lose the gunfights at B, I can still track back and hop up to B like I did before. So yeah, it's all about holding that map progression. You can always pull back to Hellbat if you need to. But yeah. Okay, let's see what we do here. So you'll notice a route I take just here, and I'm going to explain why I'm doing this in a second. Okay, so that route, as you saw, allows me to see all the way down this line of sight pretty much as they get here, which tells me a lot of information. Now, I've just seen a player go top propane in that optic skin, so I know I need to look for a player there. And I also saw another player a little bit lower, so I know I need to look for a player in this general vicinity as well. So that tells me there's 2 players committed to B, and the chances are one's probably like middle map and one's sort of at A. But generally speaking, I just need to be aware that I'm going to have 2 gunfights very close together at B. So that's going to be in the back of my head when I progress up the map just here. That's the optic player I thought went top. Play my life a little bit here. Hopefully they trying to push me, but I don't want to commit myself to that because they've got so much control of this area. I don't want to simply run out because chances are they're expecting that. It's a very obvious route for me to take, especially when they know where I am. So I just want to avoid doing that at all possible.
All right, one blue, one pit. Go on, We're not spawn.
So I'm trying to react to my teammates' communications that someone went into our spawn from blue. Didn't quite see them, but you'll see how much map progression this teammate, because he pushed up rather than hopping on B, I've just been allowed to get through pit because I know it's safe. So I followed the route my teammate took, knowing it's safe, and I've, as you say, I've taken the route back to B and not used that as my as the you know, to get map control. So my teammates are also 1A. Unfortunately, I do die. My teammate does get the trade. It was a little bit of a hard read. I was on the hill by myself. But in that kill cam, because I am watching the kill cam and not spamming X or square, I've noticed that there wasn't just that player there. There's also a player in elevator who I need to be very careful of when I next approach B. But looks like my teammates just killed them. So now I've spawned in and I need to decide which hill I want to sort of put pressure on. Now, the enemies will be spawning when we're on A, and there's no one really pushed up the left-hand side of the map because we've got 2 teammates on A, 1 on B. Essentially, the enemy team are going to be spawning this left-hand side of the map, which means that because I've spawned here, it's pretty much a 50-50 to A. So the better hill for me to get to here is going to be A because it's going to take me longer to get to B than it takes them to get to B. And as a result, I think A is going to be the better hit. That and the fact I've got 2 teammates on A and only 1 on B means that it should just be the easier route. And then also the fact that I can throw my nades and stuns over to this sort of area here, maybe over here, means that I've then got at least a little bit of pressure towards A, whereas throwing a nade over to B, it's going to be a little bit complicated. It might land in the pit, it might land a little bit over, it might land all the way over and land off the map. So based on those things, I'm just going to recap that quickly. I spawn closer to A than they do. I have 2 teammates on A, and I can throw my tacs and nades over A better. That's the way I'm going to support that hill. So I'm just main focus here is trying to trade my teammate out. We get 3 down and a nade comes in. And this is a really nice off-angle spot here, especially with another teammate who's watching the right-hand side. I just need to make sure that this area is covered. This is often a place enemies don't look. So we'll see how this pays off. My teammate's just fallen on the right-hand side, leaving me the only one alone. Now, if the hill gets contested, I know they haven't hit it from this side, which means they have to be the other side of the propane. So that's really good use of map space here.
Yeah, there's 2 middle open. One's going to be.
So in order to be unpredictable, instead of just challenging straight, which I probably should have done, the fact I'm alone, I've got no teammates near me. If I check up the minimap here, teammates back B, teammates behind me green, and teammates going up the heli stairs. If I die, challenge the person on A, I'm pretty much, you know, brown bread, as we would say in England. So as a result, I'm getting off the hill, making them second guess where I am. Have I gone top blue? Have I gone top heli? Where have I gone out of the map here? Have I jumped on top of the propane? They have no idea where I am because I've got off the hill. Managed to get 1. Unfortunately, do get traded, but in any case, I got 1, which is probably better than I would have got if I'd have chowed out and got a little bit aggressive here. So again, watching the kill cam, enemy middle, enemy on B, and there's another guy on the left who I kill. So we've got, you know, they're fairly spread about the map, which means when I come off the spawn next time, I probably need to approach it a little bit more cautiously.
On B.
So yeah, they've got complete map control. My teammates have unfortunately fallen. I'm watching middle just because that's the only thing I could watch at that point. It's the safest thing. Unfortunately, do get traded. But again, I'm spawning in and I'm noticing my teammate are putting a lot of pressure towards A, and the same logic goes for me really here. The only thing I'm concerned about is that teammates are dying all sorts over A, right? And if you notice how much progression we've got over towards the A side here on the ticks, the enemy team are going to be sprinting out of spawn and going A because they really don't want us to get A. Their time is going to be ticking down. They're going to be pressured to make sure we don't get that tick so that we don't extend the time. And as a result, I'm thinking in my head, right, there's probably, I think we've had no luck at A. Let me try and see if I can do something different. So I noticed 2 there, managed to get 1. Unfortunately, don't get that kill. Do get traded because I shot, but it's not the worst thing in the world. Again, watching the kill come, 1 pit, 1 elevator, and then this player here. And that was an accidental streak, I've got to be honest, but I think it actually paid off slightly. So I have so many options here, right? We have 2 enemies at B. We have a player just coming off spawn, and we have a player who's going from spawn to A. Now, we, as I say before, are spawning close to A from their spawn, and they've got 2 people in B. So in my head, I'm thinking, right, tactically, if you're looking at this, what point would you go for as an offense? Like, not with a cruise missile, just generally, you're going to want to go A. And that's because they've got much heavier control towards B side. So I'm thinking, you know what, if I can alleviate some pressure at A, we can hop on and extend the time really quickly. So that's why I believe I go for this player. That and the fact I could probably team kill on the left here as well just made my mind way easier. So my team's taking A. They're completely unaware of that because the pressure I alleviated, and we're back here.
I'm so sorry.
Cheeky team kill from the teammate, but it is what it is. We're now 6 and 7 with a minute left, so we've got a lot of time to play for to get these kills and to get this capture. So again, I know they're not on the hill because these are white, and I'm thinking if I can just, you know, get on the hill and be annoying, great. So my teammates just died on the B street. I've got a teammate pushed up through middle, and I've got a teammate probably top heli here. Yeah, unfortunately do get picked off from the player who went top. But my teammates have done enough there. They've got 3 kills, absolutely great. Yeah, I was pretty much bait there, so hey, it is what it is. And you can see I've respawned in 4 versus 2. This should be a GG. Instead of sprinting to the point, I'm trying to get height control, enabling us to get an easy trade. If my teammates are on B and they get killed, I should be able to trade from top heli fairly easily, which is why I'm sort of navigating myself to this area of the map.
Where's that?
So yeah, I'm just making sure I can trade my teammate out. They get out for free, so I decide to, you know, jump on the hill. Again, 3v1, just GG. But I think this next round is probably the best round in the game for me. I get over a third. I get over a third of the kills. So because I spawned this side, the enemy team are going to spawn here. By the time I'm here, the enemy are probably going to be here, which means that if you throw a nade over to this area here, it will just deter anyone coming B, which is why you probably see it as a very common nade spot. So I get a nade hit marker, I get a stun. I notice there's still an enemy there. I hear in the comms that there's 3 people there. Managed to get a kill, and I'm really focused on trying to play my life a little bit. Yeah, unfortunately, forgot about the 3 and get traded out. But it's fine. There's 1 player there. I got the assist, which means they've died, so I don't need to be concerned about that player anymore. And this is a real good amount of pressure for an offense. Use this cheeky little hop up to get the kill. That was a bit of an ego chow, gotta be honest. Good shots from accuracy there. But again, the pressure, I'm hearing a lot of gunfights, I'm hearing a lot of ticks, there's a lot of pressure towards B, so I throw my stunner, throw my nade over just to hopefully alleviate some of the pressure that the enemy team have put on our team. So instead of holding that chow, I decide to, you know, get out of there as quickly as I can, and now I'm trying to just be unpredictable. Get 2 free kills, just because I know where they are.
He's one shot on B, one shot on B.
And because of how many enemies down, I'm not too concerned about the player on B. So if I reevaluate what's happening there for you guys, we are in a fairly decent position here. That's 1 enemy down. That's 2 enemies down. That's 3 enemies down. So there's 3 enemies who are going to be in this building one way, shape or form. They've hopped on B. We've got plenty of enemies. Our teammates are going to have spawned here. There's 3 in their spawn. Do I pull back and help B, or allow my teammates to help B and I just focus forward into their spawn? You know what the answer is? I focus forward into their spawn, because it does make no sense to allow 3 people out of the spawn for free just to help, you know, my team who are going to spawn relatively close to B to help to kill the player on site.
He's one shot on B, one shot on B.
So yeah, I hop on this box for a little nice angle. I see the glass crack, get the kill from there, fairly straightforward. Okay, so this is an interesting situation here. I've got a player low pit, quite weak, as you just saw in the optic skin. I see them on the radar. There's a guy B street. There's also a guy just here. So I'm very concerned. If I stay on point, I'm probably going to get killed almost immediately, especially considering how weak I am. So I think my best bet is just to drop down on the pit, be unpredictable. But unfortunately, I do get traded from the guy down there. But you know what? It's all about probability. That was probably my best chances of staying alive. But hey, it is what it is. Right, so there's currently 15 seconds left. We're up 4 on lives. Yeah, let's see what we can do. So I'm hearing my teammates communicate that they're B lane. I can see on the radar there's 2 enemies middle, so I'm sort of trying to watch that.
10 seconds. They're taking B.
Oh, one more B.
Again, just doing this jump up just to see, you know, where they are. And I learned from my mistake before where I did that jump up and ego chowed B lane. I've decided to get out of dodge really quickly, trying to be that unpredictable play.
B again.
Okay, now this is a real nice angle I think you guys will actually quite enjoy. Now, because I've noticed the enemy's putting a lot of pressure at B, I'm so keen to get them off of it because there's only 4 seconds left. This would be an easy way to get the dub. Now, from this position, you'll notice I can see the enemy team over here, and that's their default corner. That's very often where they're going to be, and sometimes when they're capping it from this side, if they're sat on top of the ladder, that's simply where they're going to be sat. So I managed to get some 2 free kills here. That guy was shooting absolute whiff. So sorry, MB, if you are a viewer, but not sorry. And yeah, that's the dub. 31 kills with 9 captures. That's not right. Must be defends. Yeah, and that's the game. So I hope that didn't seem too oversimplified or too complex. But as I say, if you have any questions whatsoever, leave it down in the comments and I'll answer. Even if it's something really stupid and you think, you know, why am I asking a stupid question? There's probably hundreds of people who might be thinking the same thing. So yeah, GG's accuracy, appreciate the game, and yeah, enjoy the video. I hope you enjoyed the video, and yeah, see you in the next one. Ciao for now.